So this week we're learning about a different type of graphing or a whole entire plotting system called the polar coordinate system. Okay, so normally up until this point we've been dealing with something called the rectangular coordinate system, where every point on your grid is given to you by a coordinate x comma y. So how far you've gone horizontally paired with how far you've gone vertically. Okay, so it's a coordinate pair dealing with two different distances, a horizontal distance and a vertical distance. Okay, so they always make rectangles, and even squares are rectangles, so we can plot them like that. Now, the polar system, on the other hand, does not have, well, it does have two, so let's talk about that for a second. Let me show you. In a polar system, okay, this still has a coordinate pair, but the first number of your pair is the radius, or the distance away from the center. Okay, so this is going to be your pole, right? The pole is in the middle of the graph, right there. So that's your pole, and everything else radiates away. So let's see, this would be 1 unit. Okay, they're all circles. 1 unit there, 2 units here. So it looks like a big bullseye. Okay, that's what a polar graph looks like. So no matter which direction you go, you're always going a certain radius away. Okay, so this is what a polar looks like, where the first number is your radius, or the distance away from your pole. So 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, 4 units, it doesn't matter, and an angle. So from 0 degrees is still here. Okay, how far have we rotated up in order to make that angle? Okay, so this is going to be the angle that we're talking about, and then this would be the point. So there's always a point. Okay, so it's a point, a radius, a distance away from 0, and an angle. How far have you twisted from the 0 degree positive x-axis? Okay, so that's basically the difference, is now we have a bunch of circles where before we had a bunch of, well, rectangles. Okay, it was a grid like this. So let's see how we plot these things. Okay, so here is a video that I made using on my kitchen table this morning to see about that. Okay, this video here, we have a nice polar grid. So you can see the polar grid there is a circular type grid, where you can think of the center as the pole. Okay, and of course we're rotating all the way around. So we're going to use our little friend here, this Lego piece, to talk about how we graph these polar grids. Okay, so when we're doing this, you always start off by looking towards 0 degrees. Okay, which is why I'm using this person, because it's kind of important to understand how we go. Okay, so we're starting off looking at 0 degrees, and the first thing we do is the angle. So this says that we're going to go at 60 degrees. So 60 degrees, we come up counterclockwise up to 60. So in other words, I'm going to turn her little body so that she's facing the 60 degree angle perfectly. Okay, so now we're going to walk 4 lines away, or 4 units. So she's going to go, oops, she fell over. 1, 2, 3, 4 units away. So this is where we're going to plot the point A at 4 units away at 60 degree angle. So we start at 0, okay, start facing straight to the right, and then we twist counterclockwise until we get to 60. Okay, that's a positive angle. And then you walk 4 units away and you put a dot right there. Okay, so that is the point 4, 60 degrees. Okay, now let's do point B, 2, 240. So the first thing we have to do is rotate 240 degrees. So she spins 90 degrees and then 180 until she finally faces 240 degrees. Okay, so she's facing 240 and she falls over again. So facing 240 degrees. Now she's going to walk out 3 units, or 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and that intersection right there, the circle and the 240 degree line, is the point, the polar point, 2, 240. Okay, so it's really important to start on the pole, okay, looking to the 0, or looking to the east, if you want to think of it like that. Okay, now for part C, we're going to go negative 115 degrees. Okay, so negative angles, of course, start at 0 and they go down. Go down for negatives. So we're going to rotate negative 115. So there's negative 90, right? So turn this way. And 115 would be right here along the positive 255. So now I'm going to go 3 units in this direction, 1, 2, 3, which puts point C right here. So this is point C at negative 115 degrees and 3 units away from the pole, okay, in the positive direction. Okay, so now we're going to get a little bit trickier. Notice these ones now have negatives. So negative 4. So how do we do a negative in a polar, since positives is all we have? Well, we start off by going 150 degrees. So we're going to turn to the 150. And now instead of walking out, right, towards the 150 degree mark, we're going to walk away or backwards. So we're going to walk 4 units, 1, 2, 3, 4, in the opposite direction from 150. You're going to walk away from the 150. So this is where point D is going to end up. Negative 4 units. So away in the opposite direction from 150 is going to get you to the negative part. Okay, so let's try that with 255. So remember, we start here at 0, always facing to 0, and then positive 255 will turn this way, okay, until we're facing 255. And instead of walking towards the 255 mark, we're going to walk away. You take 1 big step backwards, okay, and that gets you to the negative 1. So negative distances in polars are going the opposite direction from where you face. You're walking backwards, okay, away from that mark. Okay, so now the part F looks like negative 3, negative 90. So we first have to do a negative angle turn. So I turn 90 degrees this way, in other words, to face 270. And now I'm going to go 3 units away from 270. I'm walking backwards 3 units to get to negative 3. So this is where we're going to find point F. Okay, and that's all I'm expecting you to do on your assignment, is put a dot with a letter next to it. And that will constitute you plotting the point. Okay, so now we have G, which is negative 3, 5 pi over 4. So I hope you have your unit circle with radians on there. So 5 pi over 4 is twisting this way. Okay, right here. Now I'm going to go 3 units away again in the opposite direction from this. So 1, 2, 3. It ends up here. Here's point G. Okay, negative 3, so 3 units away from the pole in the direction of, in the opposite direction of 5 pi over 4. So there's another line that goes that way. And then my last one is H. So negative 2 pi over 3. So remember, this is, right, 5 pi over 3 is negative 1. And then here, this is negative 2 pi over 3. Okay, so I'm going to turn in this direction to the 240 mark. And then I'm going to go 4 units towards it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Walking towards that mark. And here's where we're going to put H. Right there. Okay, so remember, negative angles turn clockwise. You're turning this way for negative angles. Positive angles, you turn counterclockwise or to the left. Okay, positive ones, you step out towards the number. Negative distances, you step away from the number that you want. Okay, and that's how you plot polar coordinates.